Today we will discuss about sex determination. So first of all we will study about some basics and then we will discuss sex determination in human and then in Drosophila. So starting with homogametes and heterogametes. When the chromosomal composition of the gametes is similar, just like X and X, we call them homogametes. Also, when the chromosomal composition is different, just like X and Y, we call them heterogametes. So there are two types we will discuss here: female homogamety and female heterogamety. We can also call them like male heterogamety and male homogamety. So discussing with the female homogamety, they have two types: XXXY type and XXXO type. In XXXY type, as it is female homogamety, XX is the female and XY is the male. So we are here discussing the chromosomal example of humans. So as we know that humans have 46 chromosomes, out of which 44 are autosomes and 2 are 6 chromosomes. So in female, this is a symbol of female, there are 44 autosomes and 2 X chromosomes. At the same time, in male, there are 44 autosomes and 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosomes. So this will be a total of 46 chromosomes. And as we know that during the formation of gametes, this number reduces to half. So in female, it will become 22 autosomes and 1 X chromosomes. Also, in male, it will become 22 autosomes plus 1 X chromosome or 22 autosomes plus 1 Y chromosomes. So when we crosses them, we found that the cross between an X chromosome and X chromosome will lead to the formation of a female having 44 autosomes plus 2 X chromosomes, and cross between this and this one will lead to the formation of male with 44 autosomes and 1 X and 1 Y chromosomes. Taking to the next example, XX and XO type. In this we will discuss about the chromosomal composition of butterfly proteinor, in which there are a total of 14 chromosomes in female and a total of 13 chromosomes in male. Here the number of chromosomes in male and female are different. So in female there are 12 autosomes and 2 X chromosomes in normal condition, and in male there are 12 autosomes and 1 X chromosomes. So when the reduction division occurs during the gamete formation, the female have 6 autosomes and 1 X chromosomes, and the male have two conditions: either he will be having 6 autosomes, just 6 autosomes, or 6 autosomes with 1 X chromosomes. That's why it is having a total of 13 chromosomes. Then we will find out that the cross between this and this one will lead to the formation of a male having 12 autosomes and 1 X chromosomes, means total 13 chromosomes, and the cross between this one and this one will lead to the formation of a female. It's a female here, that is 12 autosomes and 2 X chromosomes, having a total of 14 chromosomes. So this was all about female homogamety, where the gametes composition of chromosome in female is similar. This one is female and this one is female. Here we will discuss second type, that is female heterogamety, in which the female gamete composition of chromosomes is different. Here ZZ and ZW type we are discussing, in which ZZ is the male and ZW is the female. This type is found in moths, birds, some fishes, reptiles and amphibians. This type ZZ and ZW type is also found in a species of plant, that is Fragaria orientalis. So this was all about basics of sex determination. Now we will discuss about sex determination in humans in detail, that is the XX and XY type. In human, there are bipotential gonads. Why they are called bipotential? Because they have the ability to develop either into male or female gonad. So by the fifth week of gestation and embryo, there is no clear-cut differentiation whether it is a male gonad development or a female gonad. So these gonads have the inner portion which is called medulla that form testes and lead to the development of male. Also it has the outer portion that is called cortex that lead to the development of ovaries and the formation of female. So the factor that decide either it's a male that it will lead to the development of medulla, or it's a female, is here. As we know that the egg is always having an X chromosome, also the sperm can have a Y chromosome or an X chromosome. So when the Y chromosome of the sperm meet the X chromosome of the egg, there will be a male child. So in this case the development of the medulla will take place. Also when there is the mating of the X sperm with the X egg, there is the formation of female leading to the development of the cortex. Also, there are two sets of ducts called Wolffian and Mullerian ducts. These are present all together. Wolffian ducts lead to the development of male reproductive tract, just like seminal vesicles, and Mullerian ducts lead to the development of female reproductive tract, that is the oviduct, cervix, vagina, etc. So, if there is a male that is an XY, the Mullerian ducts will get degenerate automatically, and if there is a female, the Wolffian ducts will get degenerate automatically. So here we can say that it is Y chromosome that is leading to the development of male. We will discuss here Y chromosome in detail, that which segment of Y chromosome is leading to the development of a male child. So here is the structure of Y chromosome in which different regions have been shown. So in the Y chromosome there are regions on both the ends which are called pseudo-autosomal regions. These regions share homology with the X chromosome. So these are the homologous regions to the X chromosomes. Next to it is the sex determining region of Y, that is the most important region attached to the short arm of the chromosome, just next to the pseudo-autosomal region, which is called sex determining region of Y. It is responsible for the development of a male. So if we remove both the pseudo-autosomal regions, the remaining portion of the chromosome is called male specifying region of Y, or the non-combining region of the Y, because only the pseudo-autosomal region of the Y chromosome is combining with the X chromosome, with the X chromosome. So it also having two regions, that is called euchromatin and heterochromatin. In euchromatin there are functional genes present, and in heterochromatin functional genes are absent. So this whole region is representing heterochromatin. After that, here is we will come back to sex determining region of Y. So if it is present, then the child will be male, and if it is absent, then it will be a female. It is only present on the Y chromosome. In an experiment in a mouse, this sex determining region of Y is introduced in an XX female. So when it was introduced, there were male characters found in this. Also, in a normal condition in XY, the sex determining region of Y, that is SRY protein, is get removed from this. That will lead not to the development of male. So this is the main factor that is responsible for the development of male of the Y chromosome. After that, when we know that there is the introduction of Y chromosome, that is a male, so the Mullerian ducts will get degenerate due to the presence of a substance which is called Mullerian inhibiting substance, that is called MIS. After that, there are two factors for the dosage compensation. So first of all, we must know what is dosage compensation. It is a process of equalizing gene expression in different sexes, just like in male and female. So male and female need to equalize the expression of their genes, as one is having XX and other one is having XY. So one is having more X, so they must equalize the expression of their genes. So it is by two processes, that is Barr body and Leon hypothesis. So first of all, we must know what is Barr body. Barr body is an inactivated X chromosome. In female, we know that there are two X chromosomes, but the one X chromosome is inactivated. Barr body is a condensed structure present in the nuclear envelope that stains with certain dyes, that stains DNA of the cell. So it is present just in females. It is absent in male. Also, it is present in the cheek cells of the female in humans. So this is an inactivated X chromosome that lead to dosage compensation. If we talk about male, as we know that one X chromosome is inactivating because of the Barr body, means if this X chromosome is having the Barr body, this is inactivated. Only one X chromosome is activated. Also in male, Barr body will be present. Barr body will be inactivating one X chromosome. That means no X chromosome is getting functional here, and in female one X chromosome is getting functional. So we will discuss it by a formula, that the formula of Barr body is n minus 1, where n is the number of X chromosomes. Here the number of X chromosomes is 2, so 2 minus 1, here will be only one Barr body present. In XY, there is one X chromosome. When we do 1 minus 1, that will be 0. So here will be no Barr body. Okay, so second hypothesis is Leon hypothesis, that is random inactivation of X chromosome. Here is one confusion, that which X chromosome is getting inactivated, the male parent one or the female parent one. So there is random inactivation of X chromosome, and we get to know it by the example of calico cats and tortoise shell. They are having their skin with random inactivation of X chromosome, leading to the different color pattern or different coat pattern of color on their skin. So that was all about dosage compensation and sexual differentiation in humans. Now we will discuss the sex determination in Drosophila. Drosophila is also called fruit fly. In Drosophila, there are 8 chromosomes, out of which 6 are autosomes and 2 are sex chromosomes. And just like humans, it has XX chromosome for female and XY chromosome for male. But it is different, as Y chromosome here in Drosophila does not play the role in sex determination. So what play the role for the determination of sex here? So Bridges determined that the factor responsible for determining the sex is the ratio of X chromosomes to the number of haploid sets of autosomes. So the ratio of X chromosome to the haploid set of autosomes determine the sex. So when the ratio is 1, it is a female, just like 2x ratio 2a and 3x ratio 3a. Here the ratio is 1, so the here will be a female. It is a ratio of X chromosomes to the number of autosomes. In second case, when the ratio is more than 1, when the ratio will be more than 1, then it will be a meta female. It's an example like 3x ratio 2a. So here the ratio is 1.5, more than 1. So here will be a meta female that are inviable. Inviable means they will not survive. Next condition is when the ratio is 0.5. So when the ratio will be 0.5, that will be a male, just like XY ratio 2a and X ratio 2a. Fourth condition is when the ratio is between 0 and 0.5. So that will be a ratio between 0 and 0.5. Here the ratio is 0.33 as XY ratio 3a is there. A is here representing autosomes. So it will be a meta female, that will be infertile. After that, there is a fifth condition when the ratio will be between 0.5 and 1. That will be intersex. Just like 3x ratio 4a and 2x ratio 3a. These intersex species are larger in size in comparison to the normal one. They express both male and female morphology and are invariably sterile. So it was all about the sex determination in Drosophila.